Imagine being able to walk for miles and miles without seeing another human being. No crowds, no traffic jams, no waiting in lines. Just wide open spaces as far as the eye can see. Sounds peaceful, right? Maybe even a bit eerie? Well, that's reality in the 10 emptiest countries that we'll be exploring today. Get ready to have your mind blown by how insanely sparse the populations are in these far-flung corners of the globe. 57.5 million square miles of land is a huge area. It's actually all the land area on Earth. But with more than 7 billion people sharing our planet, it boils down to 50 people sharing each square mile. Geography isn't fair. In New York City, there are 27,013 people sharing each square mile. In Singapore, the density is over 22,254 people. In Hong Kong, nearly 20,700 people. These places can feel as cramped as an endless subway ride. However, there are also regions like Western Sahara, where the crowd thins out to a soothing, if not lonely, 5.5 persons per square mile. So where in the world can you go if you want to get away from everyone? Pack your binoculars for these next 10 destinations. You'll need them to spot the nearest human. Number 10. Iceland. Imagine a land where the summer nights never end and the northern lights dance across the sky like a celestial symphony. Welcome to Iceland, an island nation where solitude is not just a luxury, but a way of life. With a population of just over 360,000 scattered across its vast, rugged landscapes, Iceland boasts a population density of a mere 10 people per square mile. While the capital region of Reykjavik is home to over 63% of the population, venturing into the island's interior is like stepping into another world. Towering glaciers, bubbling geysers, and volcanic landscapes stretch as far as the eye can see, offering a sense of isolation that's become increasingly rare in our modern world. But don't let the sparse population fool you. Iceland is a thriving nation with a rich cultural heritage and a vibrant economy. From its world-renowned fishing industry to its cutting-edge renewable energy initiatives, this tiny island nation punches well above its weight. Are you enjoying this video so far? If so, then please hit that like button. It helps my channel a lot to reach more people like you. Alright, back to the topic now. Number 9. Australia. When it comes to vast, empty spaces, few places can rival the sheer immensity of Australia. With a population density of just 8.4 people per square mile, this island continent is a true testament to the power of solitude. While cities like Sydney and Melbourne are bustling metropolitan hubs, venture into the outback, and you'll find yourself in a world of boundless horizons and endless silence. The Australian outback, a vast expanse of desert and scrubland, is so vast and unforgiving that it's often referred to as the dead heart of the country. But it's harsh mostly for humans. The outback is teeming with life, from the iconic kangaroos and koalas to the countless species of reptiles and birds that call this harsh environment home. And for those seeking adventure, the outback offers a wealth of opportunities for hiking, camping, and off-road exploration. Number 8. Namibia. At number 8 on our countdown, we find ourselves in the heart of southwestern Africa, where the vast Namib Desert stretches as far as the eye can see. Namibia is a land of contrasts, where arid dunes give way to rocky coastlines and temperate highlands. With a population density of just 7.7 people, Namibia offers a level of solitude that's almost unimaginable. Imagine standing in the midst of the Namib Desert, the world's oldest desert, and being surrounded by nothing but towering sand dunes and the vast, uninterrupted sky above. But I want you to have a true picture of this country. Namibia is more than just a barren wasteland. This country is home to an incredible array of wildlife, from the iconic oryx and black rhino to the elusive desert elephant. And for adventure seekers, Namibia offers a wealth of opportunities for hiking, sandboarding, and even hot air ballooning over the stunning desert landscapes. Number 7. French Guiana. As we inch closer to the top of our countdown, we find ourselves in the lush tropical paradise of French Guiana. This overseas territory of France, tucked away on the northeastern coast of South America, boasts a population density of just 7.3 people per square mile. Imagine wandering through the ancient forests, mangroves, and savannas of French Guiana, where the only sounds are the calls of exotic birds and the rustling of leaves in the breeze. Here, you'll encounter a level of biodiversity that's truly staggering, with countless species of plants and animals thriving in this untamed wilderness. French Guiana is also a melting pot of cultures where the influences of France, Africa, and the indigenous communities converge to create a vibrant and unique society. Number 6. Western Sahara. At number 6 on our countdown, we find ourselves in the heart of one of the world's most inhospitable environments, the Western Sahara. Western Sahara is a disputed territory partially occupied by Morocco. The country is largely desert with no arable land and a small amount of pasture land. Due to immigration following Morocco's attempted annexation, the population increased substantially. Now, over 80% of the population lives in urban areas, and most of those are in the northwest region occupied by Morocco. Still at a population density of just 5.5 people per square mile, the country is the land of solitude and isolation. Imagine standing amidst the endless dunes, where the only sound is the whisper of the wind and the crunch of sand beneath your feet. The Western Sahara is home to a rich cultural heritage and a resilient people. For centuries, the nomadic Sahrawi have called this land home, traversing the desert with their herds of camels and embracing a way of life that's become increasingly rare in our modern world. Number 5. Mongolia. Mongolia is positioned in north-central Asia. Although its landmass is similar to that of Western and Central Europe, Mongolia is far from any ocean as Russia landlocks it to the north and China to the south. The country that is known primarily for Genghis Khan and impressive breeds of horses is also one of the world's least densely populated. Just 5.3 people per square mile, Mongolia offers a level of solitude that's truly unmatched. Some say there are more horses than humans in the country. Imagine riding across the endless steppes, where the only sounds are the thundering hooves of your horse and the whistle of the wind. Here, you'll encounter a way of life that has remained virtually unchanged for centuries, as nomadic herders roam the grasslands with their flocks of sheep and goats. But Mongolia is more than just a land of wide open spaces. It's also a place of extremes. From the bitterly cold winters of Ulaanbaatar, the world's coldest capital, to the scorching summers of the Gobi Desert, this country is a true test of endurance and resilience. Number 4. Tristan da Cunha. As we approach the top of our countdown, we find ourselves in the remote and isolated world of Tristan da Cunha. This volcanic archipelago, situated in the South Atlantic Ocean, is quite literally the most remote inhabited place on Earth. The island is home to only around 246 people, all of whom live on the main island. Although the island is only around 77 square miles, Tristan da Cunha is still one of the world's least densely populated places. With a population density of just 3.1 people per square mile, Tristan da Cunha is a true escape from the hustle and bustle of modern life. Imagine living on an island so remote that the nearest landmass is over 1,200 miles away, where the only way to reach the outside world is by boat or an occasional ship. Number 3. Pitcairn Islands. The Pitcairn Islands, one of the world's most remote inhabited locations, are found in the far South Pacific. Made up of 4 volcanic islands belonging to the United Kingdom, only one of the 4 islands, Pitcairn, is inhabited, with a population of 50 and a density of 2.7 people per square mile. Indeed, the 50 people descend from 4 original colonizing families. Much of the Pitcairn Islands are inaccessible or difficult to access due to high limestone cliffs covered in sharp coral that form a barrier to the more inhabitable interior. Pitcairn itself is quite fertile and friendly to human habitation. Part of its low population stems from its remote nature and the fact that it currently has no landing strip for airplanes, though yachts and cruise ships are welcome in its harbor. Number 2. Falkland Islands. As we approach the top of our countdown, we find ourselves in the remote and windswept world of the Falkland Islands. With a population of 0.8 people per square mile, the Falkland Islands, another territory under UK jurisdiction, is the 3rd least densely populated territory on Earth. The Falkland Islands is technically an archipelago comprised of 778 islands, with a total population of 3,398 inhabitants. The two main islands, West and East Falkland, are untouched breeding grounds for a variety of birds. The islands themselves are hilly and mountainous, with a cold, windy, and humid climate. Although the tiny population produces a very low GDP, its GDP per capita is quite high, and the islands rank well on the Human Development Index. Imagine hiking across the rugged, hilly terrain where the only sounds are the calls of the countless bird species that call these islands home. Number 1. Greenland. And now the moment we've all been waiting for, the least densely populated place on Earth, Greenland. With a staggering population density of just 0.7 people per square mile, this vast Arctic island is quite literally the last frontier of solitude. The country belongs to the Kingdom of Denmark and has been inhabited for over 4,500 years. Most of Greenland is covered in ice, with the population residing mainly along the west coast, where lack of glacial cover has given way to rocky coast. If Greenland's ice were to melt, sea levels around the world would rise by 7 meters, a telling statistic for the geography and inhabitation of the three islands. With a population of roughly 56,000, Greenland is the #1 recommended spot if you want to feel like you've left all of humanity behind. Here, you'll encounter a world that's virtually untouched by human hands, a place where nature reigns supreme. Greenland is a land of incredible beauty and wonder. From the mesmerizing northern lights that dance across the night sky to the stunning fjords and towering mountains, this island is a true paradise for those seeking an adventure like no other. And if you want to know about the empty places in America, then check out this next video on your screen.